Good morning, students. Today I am going to discuss about the chapter The Fundamental Unit of Life, Biology's first chapter. What is the fundamental unit of life? Cell is the fundamental unit of life. We know that all organisms, including plants and animals, are composed of cell, and each and every cell arises from pre-existing cell. These cells become specialized to perform different specialized function after division. So cell is the basic fundamental structural and functional unit of living organism, and in this chapter we will discuss about the complex structure of cell, various organelles and their various function. So what is cell? The cell is the fundamental and structural and functional unit of life. Discovery of cell. Who discovered cell? Robert Hooke in 1665 discovered the shell. He examined a thin slice of cork under the primitive microscope. He observed that cork consists of small box-like structure resembling honeycomb. He called this box shell, and the substance cork comes from the bark of a tree. Actually, shell is a Latin word and it means little room. So, Robert Hooke first observed that cork consists of small box-like structure just like honeycomb, and he named these small box-like structure called shell. This is the discovery of shell. Now, cellular composition in different organisms. On the basis of the number of cells present in organism, they are classified into two types: unicellular organism and multicellular organism. On the basis of the number of cells present in different organism, they are classified into two types: unicellular organism and multicellular organism. Unicellular means having single cell, and multicellular organism means having many cell. Now come to the next point: shape of cell. Some cells have fixed shape, while some cells like WBC and amoeba changing their shape. Fixed shape shell may be of various types like elliptical, smooth muscle cells, thread-like cells. All varieties shapes of shells are there. Now, size of cells. The size of shell varies significantly from the smallest shell of mycoplasma to very large cells of the ostrich egg, and longest shell of human body are the nerve shell, which may reach up to a length of 90 centimeter. So the shape and size of shell are related to specific function they perform. Some cell like amoeba having changing shape. In some case the shell shape could be more or less fixed and peculiar for a particular type of shell. Now students, each living cell has the capacity to perform certain basic functions that are characteristics of living forms. And we know that there is a division of labor in multicellular organism, such as human being. This means that different parts of the human being perform different functions. Human body has a heart to pump blood, stomach to digest food, and so on. Similarly, division of labor is also seen within a single cell also. Division of labor is seen multicellular also, and single cell also. Each such shell has got certain specific component within it known as shell organelles. Okay, so a shell is able to live and perform all its function because of these organelles. These organelles together constitute the basic unit called shell. Now come to the next point, functions of shell. Each living shell has the capacity to perform some basic functions that characterize the living organism. First one, the shape and size of shells are related to the specific function they perform. In multicellular organisms like human beings perform this function by division of labor. Different parts of human body are specialized to perform different functions, such as heart is made to pump blood, stomach to digest food, so on. Another is division of labor is also seen within a single cell also. Every shell possesses certain specific component known as shell organelles. Now come to the next point. What is shell made up of? Shell is made up of mainly three things: plasma membrane or shell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Plasma membrane or cell membrane, cytoplasm or nucleus. Cell is made up of mainly three things: plasma membrane or shell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. Now come to the next point, plasma membrane. What is plasma membrane? This is the outermost living thing and delicate covering of shell. It separates the content of the shell from its external environment. What is plasma membrane? This is the outermost living, thin and delicate covering of shell. It separates the content of shell from its external environment. Presence of lipids and proteins provide flexibility to plasma membrane. It enables shell to capture food and other materials from external environment. And plasma membrane allow the entry and exit of some selective materials in and out of the shell. So plasma membrane is also known as selectively permeable membrane. Why it is called selectively permeable membrane? It allows the entry and exit of some selective materials in and out of the shell. The shell membrane therefore acts as a semi-permeable selectively membrane, and it also helps to maintain the shape of the shell. It also maintains the shape of the shell. It acts as a mechanical barrier and protects the internal content of the shell from leaking out. It provides protection against microbes and foreign substance. It also provides protection against microbes and some harmful substances. So this is the function of plasma membrane. Now come to the next point, transport across the membrane. Transport across the membrane, transportation of substance across the membrane may take place in two processes: active transport and passive transport. Active transport means with expenditure of energy, and passive transport means without expenditure of energy. Now transport across the membrane held by two processes: diffusion and osmosis. What is diffusion? The spontaneous movement of a substance, any substance, solid, liquid or gaseous, spontaneous movement of a substance, solid, liquid or gas, from a region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration is called diffusion. The spontaneous movement of a substance solid, liquid or gas from a region of its higher concentration to a region of its lower concentration is called diffusion. For example, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide accumulates in higher concentration inside the shell, and the shell's external environment, the concentration of carbon dioxide is lowered. So due to the difference in this concentration, carbon dioxide moves out of the shell by the process of diffusion. Clear? Understood? Example, carbon dioxide. Suppose carbon dioxide accumulates in higher concentration inside the shell, and its external environment, the concentration of carbon dioxide is lowered as compared to inside the shell. Then due to the difference of two concentration, carbon dioxide moves out of the shell by the process of diffusion. Now another process is there, osmosis. Osmosis is also a spontaneous movement of only water molecules through a selectively permeable membrane from higher concentration to lower concentration. This is called osmosis, movement of water molecules from a region of its higher concentration to a region of its lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane is known as osmosis. Now here three type of water solution movement is there. One is hypotonic solution, another isotonic solution, and third one is hypertonic solution. What is hypotonic solution? The medium or solution surrounding the shell has higher water concentration as compared to inside the shell. Then shell gain water and swell up. This is called hypotonic solution. Means the medium of surrounding the shell has higher water concentration as compared to inside the shell. This type of solution is known as hypotonic solution. And isotonic solution, the medium surrounding a shell has same concentration of water as present inside the shell. There is no movement of water from in and out of the shell because both sides are concentration are same. There is no difference between higher concentration and lower concentration. Both concentration are same. The medium surroundings of a shell has same concentration of water as that present inside the shell. This type of solution is known as isotonic solution. Now hypertonic solution. The medium surrounding a shell has a lower concentration of water than the shell. This is called hypertonic solution. In this case, water crosses the shell membrane in both directions, but this time more water leaves the shell than enters it. So this is hypertonic solution. Hypotonic, hypertonic and isotonic. Hypotonic means higher surroundings, outer surroundings has higher water concentration than compared to inside the shell. This is hypotonic solution. Medium surroundings of his shell has same concentration of water as that present inside the shell. This is isotonic solution. And hypertonic solution, the medium surrounding the shell has a lower concentration of water than the shell. This is called hypertonic solution. This is three type of solution. So plasma membrane, as plasma membrane allow entry and exit of some selective materials. That means there are three type of materials, exit and entry from and in and outside of the shell. Plasma membrane is flexible and made up of organic molecules called lipid and protein. Now come to the next point, shell wall. Shell wall, it is a rough non-living covering outside the plasma membrane. It is found in plant shell and some fungal shell. It is mainly made up of cellulose, and cellulose is a complex substance that provides structural strength to plant. It is only found in plant shell and some fungal shell. It is a tough non-living covering outside the plasma membrane. Shell wall permits the shells of plants, fungi and bacteria to withstand very dilute external media without bursting. In such media, the cells tend to take up water by osmosis. The shell swells, building up pressure against the shell wall. The wall exerts an equal pressure against the swollen shell. Because of their walls, such shells can withstand much greater changes in the surroundings medium than an animal shell. So what is the function of shell wall? Shell wall permits the shell of plants, fungi and bacteria to withstand hypotonic conditions without bursting. In hypotonic media, the shells tend to take up water by osmosis. The shells swell up, building up pressure against the shell wall, and the wall exerts an equal pressure against the swollen shell. So, shell wall help plant cell to tolerate greater changes in surroundings medium than animal shell. Another point is that it has narrow pores called pits. Shell wall has narrow pores called pits. Through them, fine strands of cytoplasm called plasmodesmata are able to cross the cell wall. Plant shell interact with each other through these cytoplasmic channels. Another point is that plasmolysis. What is plasmolysis? It is the phenomena in which a living plant shell loses water through osmosis when kept in hypertonic solution. It which result in either the shrinkage or contraction of protoplasm away from the shell wall. Thank you, students.